Welcome back, everybody, to the ESL Hearthstone Legendary Series Week 7. It's time for semifinal number 2, Amaz versus PinpingHo. PinpingHo, I found out, has 50 points currently, and he can be getting even more points depending on how he's able to win this series against Amaz. And of course, ultimately, within 3 of the last remaining players, PinpingHo, Amaz, and Zelay, one player is going to go directly to the finals. So we've had a lot of great games today so far, but I think I'm looking forward to this one as well. I think Amaz has always been an improving player since he first came out. He wasn't the strongest of all of the well-known streamers, but he's definitely been picking up his play. And then, of course, PinpingHo is a guy that I feel like has been playing technically the best today.
Definitely.
I haven't felt like I've seen anything noticeable mistakes, and he's also even seen creative plays that actually navigates the matchup even better than what we see. So I've been the most impressed with his play.
Yeah, I'm just glad to see like the East doing better. It was one of the weaker regions for a long time in Hearthstone in general, and yeah, Europe's kind of fallen off a bit. North America, I'd say, is at the top right now. But yeah, great to see a player from Taiwan doing really well.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's definitely one of the Taiwanese players that's impressed a lot too. I know Flybird, Weifu, and a few other guys also played pretty well, but I think PinpingHo is like one of those guys. He gets a lot of recognition too amongst other Asian players. Kranich, for example, from Korea, from the BlizzCon, he says that PinpingHo is his friend, and he's very well respected amongst the East. And I guess he's just one of the best players in the entire region, so it doesn't surprise me in the slightest to see him here. Taking a look at the lineup, we have Paladin versus Priest. Might be a little rough for PinpingHo. And we have Warlock versus Druid, and then finally Shaman versus the Warlock. Now keep in mind, Amaz has a very funky set of deck lists here. He's got Baron Geddon in the Druid, and he's got like Mocha the Ogre in his handlock deck.
That Druid deck is going to tear that Zoo deck apart, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure there's double mind control tech, but I mean, if PinpingHo is paying attention to that, he could play around it. There's
Arena.
Yeah, there's Wrath, Zombie Chow. I mean, there's Baron Geddon. Of all 7 drops, it's a lot better than Ancient Allure against Zoo, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Not a lot of mind control tech synergy though.
No. Unless you take it and then you you can play it on turn 10.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah,
Well, should be some good games for sure.
I think so. Game number 1's about to begin. Priest versus Paladin. No delay.
This matchup takes a lot of the mulligans for it take a lot of experience. If I'm PinpingHo here, I would keep the Big Game Hunter, the True Silver, and the Lothar. Put back the Consecration. Big Game Hunter is awesome against Priest, one of my favorite cards. Because it's Jungle Panther, it trades favorably against every minion that Priest can play early. The only exception is like Power Word Shield on a Dark Cultist.
Sure.
But
Or like a Holy Smite just like destroys it.
yeah, a little sad to see him, but that's a 1-for-1 even. And who plays Holy Smite? But I'm a little sad to see him put it back, because honestly I think it's better than Muster for battle on turn 3. Muster's going to die to mostly anything, whereas BGH always trades favorably. Sometimes he kills Northshire for free if you coin him.
Northshire Cleric stalls on the hero power, so PinpingHo most likely will just pass here.
Yep.
And then that's just really annoying for the Paladin. But
Sir.
one thing Paladin has to make sure to avoid is to deny Priest as many cards as possible.
Yep, no Circle of Healing here for Amaz, so he has to decide, do I just play a Naked Blade Master or do I play Thoughtsteal? He's got to be expecting coin True Silver. Playing Blade Master regardless, I think we are going to see that coin True Silver from PinpingHo taking out the Blade Master here. True Silver, Paladin's best card against Priest for sure. Controlling that early game, just like with Warrior, Despite's your best card.
Well, Amaz does have that Thoughtsteal. Even before he sees anything else, he gets an Elder Peacekeeper! Whoa! I think Amaz just picked up Mind Control. As long as he draws his Alkanized Soul Priest. That's always one card in the back of your mind that I'm like, well, what's one of the best cards you can steal? Maybe not necessarily Tyrion, but Elder Peacekeeper because it takes away his Tyrion.
That Cabal Shadow Priest synergy is just insane.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Sludge Belcher come down here. A great guard against Piloted Shredder, for sure. PinpingHo does have access to Defender of Argus to take that out. He could also go for the Muster for battle instead. That would make him very vulnerable to Holy Nova. Or a Pyromancer play. I wasn't sure if Amaz still played Pyromancer, but there it is. Probably a lot of one-ofs in that priest deck.
Maybe just one, yeah. One Pyromancer, one Light Bomb, one Pacekeeper.
Alright, well, I do think we'll see Defender here. I mean, maybe you could see a Lothep come down, but I think that's unlikely.
Yeah, I think the Defender of Argus play is pretty strong. Lotheb feels like it gives you opportunity for your opponent to respond pretty effectively.
He is going to go for the muster. Wow. That Amani Berserker. Not a bad pickup.
Well, yeah, I suppose not. How do you do this? Is there a way to clear the board?
I think so.
Well, besides Light Bomb, like you obviously don't want to use it if you don't have to. The nice thing is that Light Bomb is like a really strong way to also answer Quartermaster if you need to.
Yeah, it doesn't deal with the 2/5 itself, but the rest of it does take care of.
So what if you use Pyromancer Shadow Madness? That doesn't clear everything, right?
No. Yeah, man, this is this is actually tough.
Oh, there's a Recombobulator. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a way to clear. I mean, I guess you could Shadow Madness Recombobulate. Maybe that's the best player you're going to get. You're never really sure if Paladin plays Sludge Belcher or not. If Paladin does play Sludge Belcher, then you want to save that combo for dealing with a better minion. But
right.
In this case, it might just be better to deal with Amani. He's going to opt to play the Peacekeeper just there. That's an interesting play. I would like to see that held on for Ball Shadow Priest. Maybe just playing Sylvanas here, or pretty much any play that wasn't this.
Yeah.
Amani Berserker plus Recombobulator.
Yeah, it's just disappointing because you saw the synergy without their Peacekeeper. But he might not draw his Cabal Shadow Priest. He might even run only one because he might be running one-ofs.
That's true. Alright, well. That was a pretty good Paladin Shredder, I guess.
Yeah. Absorbing a lot from his opponent. What was the second card that Amaz stole? It was the Sludge Belcher. That's right.
So I guess you know that he plays Sludge Belcher then. So he is saving the combo for that reason. I thought he stole the Sylvanas. My mistake. What was the Belcher?
No. That'd be too crazy.
Alright. Defender comes down. I guess we're trading 1/1s in. Or what's the plan?
I guess you don't necessarily want to give up the 1/1s for the possibility of drawing Quartermaster.
Yeah.
So in the end, Amani Berserker, after all has been said and done, is still just an Amani Berserker. Alright, we have a Shadow Madness clear here.
Yeah, it's not a bad one. Not sure if you want to go down that road. Like, you do have the Recombobulator, so it hurts to use the Shadow Madness without.
So then is it a Sylvanas play?
Well, I'm thinking Pyromancer Power would shield, see what happens.
Okay.
So, you know, you heal your Pyromancer, that can sort of contest the board. Yeah, or Cultist. That's a fine play as well.
So if he plays the Cultist, then he'll have pretty strong board control here. But then PinpingHo can strike back with the Dr. Boom.
Pretty solid Consecration here. I think I would take it, even though if it does mean that you don't have that Equality combo anymore. Equality is easy enough to turn on without that. You could also just slam Dr. Boom.
I kind of like slamming Dr. Boom here. Seems pretty solid option. It gets out like the Shadow Word Death and stuff, so that Tyrion is more effective.
Yeah, the sooner you play it, the lower the odds are that they have the Shadow Word Death.
Okay, well, the trade heavily implies he's going to do that.
Alright. Dr. Boom is down. Monty's gonna get in for 2.
That Pilot Shredder thing has been alive for so long.
Yeah, putting in work. It's finally gonna die though. It's a pretty good light bomb, isn't it?
Yeah, Light Bomb actually deals with Dr. Boom really efficiently.
Probably lose your cultist, but
Yeah, they're that pessimistic.
the 75% chance to lose the cultist.
Wait. I was thinking about the damage. I was like, oh, I forgot that it damaged your own minion.
Yeah.
Wow, it's alive!
God.
See?
That's
Why are you so
possible-
pessimistic?
That's possible outcome out of 8.
Out of 16.
Out of 16.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, actually out of 32, because it could have hit one or the other. Yeah, it was 2 bombs times 2. That's pretty wild.
Alright, well.
Oh man, if Amaz draws Shadow Word Death, that is going to be a big swing.
Ooh.
Oh, if he had it! If he had the Elder Peacekeeper. Alright, it doesn't really matter.
Well, I'd say it matters quite a bit.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter in the sense that Sylvanas still challenges here.
Yeah. I don't know if you wanted to buff your Sylvanas.
Right.
Lotheb's gonna come down. No Shadow Madness shenanigans here.
It's actually, yeah, a really good point. It's like Sylvanas needed to actually die.
Alright, so we got a 10 mana Holy Nova if that's the route he wants to go. Doing that would give PinpingHo an Ashbringer. This looks pretty grim for Amaz, I'd say. I think you have to steal a shielded mini-bot and play a Dark Cultist.
5, 6, 11, 13. You have to heal too. True Silver just kills you.
He might just hope that PinpingHo doesn't have a True Silver. He has already played one.
Let me change your mind.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Still a little surprised about the health on the Sylvanas for sure, but still a problem. Still on a True Silver draw to win.
So Peacekeeper gets picked up. It does make Cabal not nearly as much of a problem. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Is there any way to like attack with Tyrion, kill it, and get the weapon?
Nope. I think you want to trade your Tyrion though, so that there's no risk of it being stolen or anything.
Yeah, by Sylvanas.
Well, I guess how would that happen though?
Shadow Madness, Shadow Word Death. No, that's actually very unlikely the way it would happen.
You can only Peacekeeper opposing minions, otherwise Sludge Belcher, Peacekeeper your own Sludge Belcher would be pretty cool.
That is interesting. Why couldn't you ever? Why do you think Blizzard didn't allow Peacekeeper to not be used on your own minions?
Because then you can't play it as a 3/3 when they have nothing.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. The battle cry forces you to choose.
Alright. Getting in.
Oh, Ragnaros. So Sludge Belcher with the Shadow Madness. And then the Recombobulator.
Yeah. I mean, you have to
Wait. What if he Circle of Healings and then...
And then run Sylvanas in?
Right, so that way he can...
Circle of Healing and then Shadow Madness and then run Sylvanas in.
Steal the 1/1.
Sylvanas has to steal Tyrion straight up. That's how you
Yep.
win this game. So that's a 1 in 5 if you sequence everything perfectly.
Yep. Circle of Healing. Maybe this, maybe the Recombobulator can also give something cool too.
Wow. He's giving him the Ashbringer guaranteed.
So he's gonna try to rely on this this 1/2. What if the Holy Nova? Can a Holy Nova save him? Recombobulator. Oh!
The dream.
Wow! That is impressive. It doesn't matter, he's dead. But yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
It needed to be a taunt for him to be not dead on board.
it needed to be Sludge Belcher.
Yeah. But I think the better play was to, like you mentioned, circle to heal your guys and then go for the 1 in 5 of stealing Tyrion. Because I don't think there's a way to win once the Paladin has Ashbringer there. Well, PinpingHo takes the lead.
Dang, I gotta admit though, that was a pretty cool puzzle that Amaz.
Yeah.
He can put that on his YouTube. He
Yeah.
does that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Cool
Good
game.
stuff. Well, in the end, it looks like it's not going to be enough for the first match. I kind of favored the Priest there, but I think there were a few moments where Amaz also took a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
I think the Peacekeeper play was really
yeah.
like the reason he lost, honestly, because he would have had the Tyrion answer on curve had he just played any other card that turn.
Sylvanas. Right?
Yeah, Sylvanas, or he also had a Pyromancer play with
Right.
Shadow Madness. Yeah, but Sylvanas is what I would have done. But yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, we're going to move on to Zoo versus Druid. This is a matchup that we're saying should favor Amaz if he can get the right draws, but this deck is also capable of falling flat on its face.
yeah, this game is really gonna be indicative of how much attention PinpingHo has been paying to the games that Amaz has played. Because if he's aware that Amaz has double mind control tech in his deck, he can play around that card like the entire game pretty easily as a Zoo player, actually. Whereas if you don't know that it's in the deck, you're gonna have a pretty hard time. To be fair though, Amaz might just not draw the mind control tech, and PinpingHo could be playing around it and just missing out on a lot of damage. So, you know, the tech still has a lot of value just by forcing somebody to play around it. So,
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, I think we're about to find out whether or not PinpingHo can continue on the pain train, or will Amaz stop it here. I think
I think the Baron Geddon's gonna play a
I
big
think
role.
the Baron Gen's going to come into play here. He's no longer going to be a sideline bench warmer.
Yeah. You think there's a Mogre in this Druid deck?
No. By the end of the mind control tech. Oh, the Baron Gen!
The one and only.
He's got the, he's got an okay curve.
Yeah. Leper Gnome, purveyor of business. Gonna get in for 4 to 6.
He's not the purveyor of business. I would never do deal with a leper gnome.
Well, he doesn't make business, he gives it. 2 a turn. I'm excited for this. And he doesn't really want to coin hero power here. You gotta save that coin.
Yeah.
Alright. Knife Juggler comes down.
Put this apple on your head.
No Keeper of the Grove in Amaz's hand.
Yeah, rough stuff. He's going to be taking a lot of damage.
And you have to
Nourish.
hero power the gnome or else you telegraph the tech.
Right.
It's a very slow Druid deck, isn't it?
It is. He's going to really hope this Gnomish Inventor pulls something important. A lot of damage already has been dealt.
Alright. Knife Juggler's going to be putting in a lot of work here. Huge damage being dealt. Amaz all the way down
6
in
damage.
19.
19 on turn 3.
The Voidwalker's going to protect Juggler from Gnomish Inventor. Which is the card I think Amaz is going to play, trying to bait the mind control tech. And this is where we find out, has Ping Ping been paying attention?
Because
the
if
MC
he
tech.
is, he shouldn't play anything.
Well, he should trade and then play more stuff.
Gotcha.
The correct play here is Haunted Creeper to the left of Knife Juggler, then trade, and then, well, you tap before anything, but he's gonna let MC Tech trigger. Alright, this puts Amaz back in it, I think, actually.
There's just so much damage, does it even matter?
Probably not, but if you steal Void Caller,
Engaging TC-130 into dislocator.
I think that was a mistake. He needed to put MC Tech on the left of Gnomish because Direwolf steals things to them. Well, not that
That game was so fast.
Zoo!
4 turns.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Leper gnome, man.
Makes the business.
Gives the business. You draw business and you give it. You don't produce business.
Then I'm not for it then. I will not vote for Leper Gnome if he ever ran for office.
Oh.
Well, I guess we can just move on past that one. I was sensing that maybe this deck was really good against aggro, but I guess
It looked like it could have been, but he just didn't draw what the cards that he needed.
you just needed an Innervate, right?
An
To,
Innervate, a Wrath, a Wild Growth, a Zombie Chow, I think we saw in that deck.
Yep.
Didn't really have any of those that game, so.
all right, well,
rough
he's going to
draw
have to
for
3-0 with something here. Otherwise, we're going to have PinpingHo versus Delay.
And this is a bad matchup for Amaz. Like, whether he's playing Zoo or Handlock, I feel like the Shaman deck is favored. That's one of the strengths of Shaman, is it's one of the few classes, it's actually the only class that's strong against both versions of Warlock. That was kind of its niche in the metagame before GVG. So, I feel like this is PinpingHo's favorite class. He's very experienced in it, so whether Amaz is playing Zoo or Handlock, he's definitely in for an uphill battle here.
Well, it's going to be tough to definitely come back. PinpingHo's playing pretty well. A mixture of all kinds of decks as well. This Shaman deck is also his own specialty. I know some people who have been tuning in mid-broadcast being wondering, but it's a cool new deck that has a new spin on Shaman, if you will. I like it.
Yeah, I like the list a lot. Kind of a, standard Shaman of just like the good mech cards. You got Piloted Mech, so you have a Piloted Shredder, excuse me. So you have a good 4-drop, and then Power Mace, of course, just a great card in general. Annoytron kind of in that Haunted Creeper slot, so you have a 2-drop to play. Alright, so it is Handlock. Amaz switching it up once again. Manatide Totem is probably the best card in Hearthstone against Handlock. I would argue it's better than Big Game Hunter. But PinpingHo would have to know which version of Warlock that is. I guess Amaz has shown us already.
I think Light Bomb's the best deck, or best card against Handlock.
Really? Nah, Manatide,
Really
dude.
strong.
Yeah, but it's so reactive. They blow up all your stuff, and then you play more stuff. You're the first person playing stuff. That's the problem with Light Bomb. Manatide, though, no good answers. They need the turn 3 Owl on the draw.
Dark Bomb.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, GVG added one more answer. Oh, there you go. I would have liked to see a coin life tap here from Amaz.
From turn 1, yeah. I know you would have, man. I know you would have. Do you think Amaz plays Giants in his Handlock deck?
This one, yeah.
Alright. Don't want to bet on it.
Watch this game, though. That coin would be worse than a random card.
Well, not random card, but the next card.
Yeah. Well, random card from the deck in general. Like, you're out. We'll never know, right, what the next card is.
We'll never truly know.
Yeah.
We can't just assume that Ancient Watcher should have been the card drawn the previous turn.
They just
Power
go into Mace right in. That's interesting. I would expect a hero power here. He has no 5-drop. Would make his Flame Tongues better.
Although he does have a mech out there, so he's trying to maybe leverage it with the Divine Shield.
Annoytron should have been put on the left of Zombie Chow for Flame Tongue reasons, but it'll likely never come up.
Ah, good point. Good point. Maz already has 17 health, but this Shaman deck in general, well, Shaman in this matchup likes to be more aggressive for sure. There's no way PinpingHo plays like Doomhammer, right?
We haven't seen it yet. I doubt he does. I think we are going to see Twilight Drake, though.
He's just afraid of the Earthshock.
He's even got Golden Neptulon, man. This guy is a dedicated Shaman player.
Yep, Golden Shaman Portrait. No Golden Big Game Hunter, though. Or Golden Lotheb.
Working our way up to those.
Slowly but surely.
Not too scared of Molten this turn. Even if Amaz did have it, it would cost 4. Amaz can play a Belcher. He can Lotheb. I mean, it's not too many great options against his board. Probably just have to Sludge Belcher. Hope you're not dead. Are you just dead to Earthshock?
Well, I mean, he could also silence the Annoytron and kill the Zombie Chow. Give himself some buffer room to breathe.
He could do that. It's very mana inefficient, though. I think you have to go with the Belcher.
Yeah, I agree.
So Earthshock, nope. That would have given PinpingHo enough damage to put him to 1.
Oh, man.
Does this Fire Elemental help at all?
No, if that was Earthshock, he would have won because he had Rock Biter.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The Rock Biter would have been lethal.
It's nuts.
Ton of damage from Power Mace, that's for sure. 8 for 3 mana.
A mace to the face. It's the only way to do it. I like the art behind Power Mace too. It looks cool. There's a lot of weapons I'm like, that's highly impractical if I ever wanted to use it.
Power Mace is pretty useful though, right?
Like
Just the giant energy hammer thing.
Yeah, like Deathspite looks like it would hurt to hold, you know, like you hit yourself all the time, but
Yeah. Power Mace, you could whack someone with that.
Yeah,
I would get some work done.
good stuff. It's more of a thwack, you know.
Fiery
Beats
War Axe I like a lot too.
It's pretty cool. Well, it's also stuck in the ground. Only worthy people would be able to.
It's made out of metal though, isn't it? If it's actually on fire, wouldn't that be really hot to hold?
I think it's steel,
It's impractical.
but it's the same thing. Steel is a metal.
Yeah. I mean, it's conductive, right? I mean, it's like holding a frying pan. You wouldn't do that during the hot, like on the hot part.
That's true, but I'm guessing the handle has something to cancel it out, like
leather wrapped around it.
leather, rubber.
I'll have to re-inspect the artwork on that. Well, no taunts, no taunt givers, excuse me. He's got a Sludge Belcher. Amaz is fighting for his life here. One more loss and he's out of this tournament.
For this week, at least.
For this week, at least. He will be back next week no matter what. Unless he does manage to pull it back here.
So he can still stay alive through killing off the zombie chow. He'd be at 18 life. His opponent would have 6, 7, 12, 15 damage. Or, yeah, 15 damage.
So you'd like to see a Sludge Belcher Coin Owl. I like that play. I think that is what Amaz is going to go with.
He's got to do his best to stay alive here.
I wouldn't fault him for playing Ancient Watcher instead.
Okay. I mean, as long as Sludge pushed through, he didn't see an Earthshock previous turn, right?
Does he have the time?
Yeah, he does. He does.
Alright. The spectator client rope is always so scary.
Pretty dramatic. Pretty dramatic for sure.
So that's no more mechs for PinpingHo. That
Yeah.
Power Mace is not getting full value anymore.
Still a nice weapon for removal. It's kind of like an Eagle Horn bow at this point. It's just sitting there like looming as an impending threat to remove or do damage.
He's got a chance to Rock Biter that Power Mace here. Kill off Belcher, Zombie Chow into Slime, and then Lotheb is free to either kill the Ancient Watcher, kill the Drake with the help of Fire Elemental, or just go face.
I think killing off the Drake with the assistance of Fire Elemental is pretty strong.
I like that too. He's got an Epsilon. He's not afraid of the game going long. He's got plenty of resources to work with here. So yeah, I think Rock Biter Fire Elemental is the play I'd like to see.
It's the strongest for the board position. I guess if... How could he lose his Fire Elemental pretty easily, though? I don't know. I guess if his opponent silenced his Watcher and did something.
Well, it's just Siphon Soul, probably. That's generally the best target
Right.
in Shaman for Siphon Soul. If Amaz does Siphon the Fire Elemental, though, that Neptulon has free reign.
Nah, he's gonna get Big Game Hunter.
Off the top.
Yep.
I believe it. Oh, that kills Neptulon.
It does. It does kill Neptulon, indeed.
Mortal Coil here is going to give Amaz tons more life to play with, and all of a sudden,
It's really
we have
clutch.
a real game again.
Yeah.
Alright, back up to 21. I don't expect him to let this Fire Elemental live, but if he really wants to get the board control back, playing Mountain Giant really isn't that bad of a play.
Until he gets surprised by a Big Game Hunter.
Yeah. Well, from his perspective, it's a fine play.
Yeah.
So many possibilities.
I guess he's thinking about ways he can die if he plays the Mountain Giant.
If his teammates have been doing some scouting for him, they should know that Ping does play a BGH in the deck. So maybe he would play a Lotheb here instead of a Siphon.
Lotheb.
Yeah, it's a fine play as well.
Okay.
I mean, if that Fire Elemental does attack face, then that Molten Giant is all of a sudden a threat again. Earthshock, one turn too late after Twilight Drake got killed the hard way.
Yeah, it's too bad. But it's at least he can bypass another taunt if he needs to. Say if these giants end up getting really big and wally.
I think I'd like to see a Sludge Belcher Harvest Golem before the Neptulon. Considering you haven't seen a Siphon yet, you haven't seen a BGH. No reason to overload yourself just yet. You got plenty of other resources to work with.
Yeah, I think so. Neptulon draws so many cards that you don't really need to use at the moment. Two Molten Giants.
All of a sudden, Amaz is in a way better spot than he was a couple turns ago. And he is back in it. That's not what he wanted to shoot with the Boombot. Earthshock could take out the other one, but I think he might rather save that for a bigger threat later on.
Nope, PinpingHo. Wow.
Alright, the Hunter of Large Game. Gonna take out Dr. Boom.
Yeah, Shadow Flame could still wreck things. No. How much power is on the board? We have 4, 8, 10. 10 damage.
I have no time for games.
So I guess he can activate his Watcher.
Yep. Reduce a bit of damage from that Sludge Belcher. No Shadow Flame, no Hellfire for Amaz here. It is unfortunate for him.
Ooh, Hex on Sylvanas.
It's a big pickup.
Yep. He didn't have to. He had Earthshock, but Earthshock means that there's still a 5/5 out there.
Alright, it's Neptulon time. I love this animation. Being covered up by the portrait. There we go. It's like water, Ragnaros.
Yeah, isn't he like the Water King or something?
I have no idea, man.
Yeah.
Never played.
It's like the elements. I think Neptulon's like the,
Oh, okay.
the water dude.
Well, Ragnaros comes out of like a fiery hole in the board.
Yeah.
Neptulon comes out of the water one. Alakir doesn't come out of a hole.
No, he comes from the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no like wind tunnel or anything that breaks the board. I'm saying the animation for Neptulon and Ragnaros is like the same.
Alakir summons the wind.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, he just appears out of nowhere.
What's-
He doesn't come from any direction.
What's the other one? Gazrilla?
No, another one's like not made yet. It's like the one of Earth or something like that.
Ah, okay. I think King Crush is the best entry animation in the game.
I used to think so, but I've been pretty disappointed by King Crush recently.
The animation or the card?
The animation.
Oh,
I
okay.
just feel like it's not. I think it's pretty low in the tier list right now.
Oh, okay.
Best animation right now by far is Vol'jin.
Yeah, that's just kind of like sparkly effects.
What?
And it's like After Effects stuff. Okay, cool animation is
Just
like,
After Effects stuff.
what about bouncing blades? What about Crush? Have you played Crush?
Crush is pretty sick. It's like pew.
You step on something. It leaves a footprint. It's amazing.
That's what I do to nerds on ladder. I steady shot them so hard their hero portrait bends inside.
Is this lethal? Oh, he doesn't have enough creature slots.
1, 4. Bluegill is an additional 3, so that's 7. Plus the Flamethorn Totem would be 11.
Yeah, not enough creature slots.
Even so, he would have 16 damage, so he'd be just a little bit short.
I like Ping-Ping's play here. There's no reason to throw the Murlocs out because all your totems have so much value because of this Flame Tongue you just drew. Might as well just hero power, not overextend into Hellfire. Mogre the Ogre!
Oh!
Now Amaz is back in it.
Come back, kid.
I say that sarcastically, but that card might actually do something against a lot of small minions.
Well, I think it'll draw a Hex.
Yeah.
That's probably what it's going to do.
Honestly, Amaz is in a pretty good spot. You life tap, you set up a bunch of giants with taunt.
Ooh.
Holy crap. You can Shadow Flame your Sun Fury. That's going to be what happens.
So, like, you play the Molten, you taunt it, and then you Sun.
Yep.
Yep. That's insane. Such a powerful turn.
Yeah, it's a great draw. Shadow Flame. All of a sudden, this board looks much better for Amaz. Hex is going to deal with the first giant, but PinpingHo has a million huge threats in Amaz's hand that he still has to get through to actually win this game.
Yeah, and the worst part is there's heal too, so it's not like he can rush him down.
Yep, still a lot of burst to go through.
He's also going to put him down to 0 cost Molten Giants, right? There's like actually no point anymore. He saved the Molten.
Yeah. I think you hero power and defender. Or maybe Murloc.
My shield for Argus.
I like the defender play a little bit better. It's stronger stats on the board. More reliable.
Yeah. Murlocs give you more dudes for Flame Tongue, though. You just saw a sweeper.
Good point. So Amaz is going to bounce up to 18 health.
Yeah. Definitely seeing Molten played this turn.
3, 4, 3, 5, 6. 6 damage plus 4s. 10 plus 4 is 14. Pretty ridiculous. He's gonna tap. I think if you can try to afford a tap, but looks like Amaz may have not liked the sequencing there. Does he have room to tap here? I don't know.
Question. Flame Tongue adds 4 damage. I think he does if he's planning on playing Healbot. I think he's considering...
Mogre.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Well,
Oh my god. Really? No, that's it. That's game. Earthshock is perfect. And
the
that's gonna
only
do it.
counter to Mogre. Wow, and Ping straight from the qualifiers. Playing so well this tournament so far. Takes a clean 3-0 sweep over Amaz. He's been playing exceptionally well.
Yep.
And brought a very unique Shaman deck. I don't think he's lost with it yet.
No.
He's just performing really well. So congratulations to him. We'll see Amaz back next week to try again for the title. And yeah, on to the finals, right?
That's going to be it for the semifinals, and we have Zalay versus PinpingHo. One of these two guys, these unknown guys, are going to be going to the 20K finals with Magic Amy and Dark Wanix.
Yeah, straight from the qualifiers, both of them. And they've both been here for more than 1 week. Zalay here for 3 weeks. Ping is the second week here, I believe. So yeah, really making a name for themselves in the Legendary Series, playing exceptionally well. I'm excited to see who takes it.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at the bracket, see what's the stages in set before the final match of the night. We've had a long set of games, but in the end, Zalay and PinpingHo, two of the most consistent players in this entire tournament so far, has been the two players remaining. The winner will go on to the qualifier for the LAN, and then the loser, well, he gets a lot of points, and maybe he's within reaching distance of getting points just to qualify. Because we do take 4 players who win the 4 weeks, and then 4 players who are the top 4 points.
So is it 35 points for second place?
It is.
And Ping already had 40?
He had 15.
Oh, he had 15. Ah, okay.
Oh no, he had 50.
50. Oh, so
Yeah.
he's in. He's got 85. He broke the 80-point threshold, right?
Oh, is he?
No matter what, right? I mean, is there anyone else above 80?
I guess he's in now.
Ah, so they both... Oh, so Ping is in no matter what. Zalay, on the other hand.
Yeah.
How many points did Zalay have?
He has 30.
Ah, oh, that hurts.
So if Ping win, he denies Zalay.
And if Zalay wins, they're both in.
If they
man.
win, they're both in.
See, this is where in Magic tournaments there's like intentional concessions that it's allowed. And it's not necessarily for something, right? It's against the rules to like concede to somebody for something, but that's a case where like you would give the win to somebody so you both make it. But you know, this is played online. It's not like an in-person thing, so I'm sure they'll play it out. And no reason to risk missing out on points or Ping for sure. Might as well.
Right. I think no one else could reasonably contest unless some other players who had 50 points also go through and jeopardize it. Like, say if the 2 qualifiers are like the guys who got first, like Chalky or Max or Weifu or etc. So, yep. Well, that's really interesting stuff. And well, we're going to be excited to get to the finals in just a few minutes, but before we go to break, I want to remind you guys about some of the cool promotions that are going on with Newegg Esports, with Western Digital, Crucial, and Cooler Master. There's lots of cool stuff that they're giving away for a discounted price. Check it out and support the sponsors who support us. and just support everybody. It's a really good thing that they're getting involved in Hearthstone esports. And of course, we have a new sponsor too with Plantronics. They're giving away 2 headsets, and you can check out all their cool stuff through, I believe, the link that was given out throughout the broadcast.
Yeah.
They're also giving away 50 Hearthstone packs. It's
Yeah.
good stuff. Yeah, so you can craft your own Moger the Ogre
3,200
and give them the
dust.
business.
Golden Moger the Ogre. 7 points of business per turn. Half
That's
the time.
Right. That's right. Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have the finals between PinpingHo and Soleil. Stay tuned, guys.